Welcome to the School of the Lost Tribes. Your charity helps generate the lessons needed to seal the chosen before the destruction. Mark 2:1. And again he entered into Capernaum after some days, and it was noised that he was in the house. Here Yahushua comes back into Capernaum, a town within the land of Israel. This is not a random location. It's part of the covenant land promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When it says, "It was noised that he was in the house," this shows how the presence of Yahushua among Israel caused a stir. The scattered Israelites today should see this as a pattern. When Yahushua is present among his people, word spreads in Israel, not to the world in general, but to the covenant people first. Mark 2:2. And straightway many were gathered together, insomuch that there was no room to receive them. No, not so much as about the door. And he preached the word unto them. The many gathered are Israelites, crowding in to hear the word. Yahushua is preaching the word, that is, the promises, the kingdom, and the covenant truths given to Israel. He is not forming a universal religion for all mankind. He is confirming the promises made unto the fathers and calling Israel back to covenant obedience and healing. Mark 2:3. And they come unto him, bringing one sick of the palsy, which was born of 4. The ones who bring the man are Israelites, showing faith on behalf of another Israelite. This is important for scattered Israelites. Even when one of our people is spiritually paralyzed, bound, stuck, weak, others of Israel can bear him toward Yahushua. The healing ministry of Yahushua is always within the covenant nation. Mark 2:4. And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was. And when they had broken it up, they let down the bed wherein the sick of the palsy lay. Their determination shows how serious covenant Israelites must be about getting to Yahushua. They remove physical barriers, the roof, to bring one of their own before the mediator of the new covenant. This speaks to the scattered tribes. Tradition, religion, and crowds may block access, but true faith will break up obstacles to bring Israel back to Yahweh and his anointed. Mark 2:5. When Jesus saw their faith, he said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, thy sins be forgiven thee. Yahushua responds first to the man's covenant status, not just his physical condition. He calls him son, an Israelite term of covenant relationship, then declares, Thy sins be forgiven thee. Forgiveness here is within the covenant framework. Yahushua is exercising the authority promised in the new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, Jeremiah 31:31-34, to cleanse Israel's sins and restore them as sons. Mark 2:6. But there were certain of the scribes sitting there and reasoning in their hearts. These scribes are also Israelites, but representing the corrupted leadership of the southern kingdom. They sit in Moses' seat, yet resist Yahushua. Their reasoning in their hearts shows that not all physical Israelites accept the spiritual head of the nation. Even within Israel, there is conflict between the old religious order and the new covenant head. Mark 2:7. Why doth this man thus speak blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God only? Their complaint is doctrinal. They know from Torah that only Yahweh forgives sin. What they miss is that Yahweh has sent his own anointed, Yahushua, to be the covenant redeemer of Israel. For scattered Israelites today, this reminds us, rejecting Yahushua's authority to forgive Israel's sins is rejecting Yahweh's own plan of redemption for his people. Mark 2:8. And immediately when Jesus perceived in his spirit that they so reasoned within themselves, he said unto them, Why reason ye these things in your hearts? Yahushua, by the Spirit, reads their inner dispute. He exposes the unbelief inside the leadership of Israel. This is aimed at Israelite leaders especially. Yahushua confronts the hearts of those who sit in authority over the people, testing whether they will submit to the one Yahweh has sent to restore Israel. Mark 2:9. Whether is it easier to say to the sick of the palsy, Thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, Arise, and take up thy bed, and walk? Yahushua links visible healing with invisible covenant authority. Among Israel, physical signs often confirm spiritual promises. He is basically asking, which is harder to believe, the hidden forgiveness of an Israelite's sins or the visible restoration of his body? The scattered tribes must understand, Yahweh Shai's miracles are signs that he truly has authority to cleanse Israel's iniquity. Mark 2:10, but that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins. He saith to the sick of the palsy. Son of Man is a title drawn from Daniel's prophecy about the one to whom dominion, glory, and a kingdom are given, and that kingdom is over the people of the saints, Israel. Yahweh Shai says, that ye may know. This demonstration is specifically for Israelites, to prove that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive the sins of the covenant people, not just in some distant heaven. Mark 2:11. I say unto thee, arise, and take up thy bed, and go thy way into thine house. Yahweh Shai's word restores the Israelite man completely. Go thy way into thine house shows restoration back into his place in Israel's community and family. The covenant work is not just private spirituality. It is about restoring Israelites into their proper place among their own people, healed and cleansed. Mark 2:12. And immediately he arose, took up the bed, and went forth before them all, insomuch that they were all amazed, and glorified God, saying, We never saw it on this fashion. The immediate healing leads Israelites to glorify Yahweh. They confess that they never saw it on this fashion, meaning Yahweh Shai is bringing a dimension of covenant power not seen under the corrupted Second Temple leadership. This is a preview of the greater restoration of Israel, when Yahweh Shai will openly exercise power in the midst of his people in a way never seen before. Table of Contents. Introduction. Yahweh's exclusive covenant with Israel. The purpose of this book. No disparagement of non-Israelite races. The foundations used throughout this book. On the right foundation, Israel's covenant exclusivity, believing Yahweh Shai and the consequences of unbelief. The exclusive nature of Israel in the Old Testament. The exclusive nature of Israel in the New Testament. Part 2. Replacement Theology. Examined. Dare we say the Church has replaced the 12 tribes of Israel, hope, the law, and Israel in the New Testament, the exclusivity of Israel in Ephesians, Philippians, and beyond, redemption and the many, the exclusive nature of Israel in the letters of James, Peter, John, and Jude, Israel in the book of Revelation. Reactions and doctrinal challenges. Next steps in the book. Common reactions to Israel's exclusivity. Reactions to the exclusive doctrine of Israel expanded. Are there 2 or 3 witnesses for exclusive Israel? Separation, the world, and the gospel. Word meanings. Understanding separation and the world. The world, cosmos, or oikoumeni. The 2 differing gospels, stumbling blocks to an exclusive Israel doctrine. Case studies, Israelites in dispersion. Peter's sheet vision, a closer examination. The Ethiopian eunuch, an Israelite in dispersion. The widow of Sarepta, an Israelite in dispersion. The Lord's Prayer, an exclusive Israelite perspective. Extra-scriptural doctrines exposed. The extra-scriptural doctrine of Judeans and Gentiles. Can strangers become Israelites? In thee shall all nations be blessed. That unfortunate word, Gentile. Yahweh Shai's ministry was not primarily to the Judeans or in Judea. Identity, history, and deception. Could the modern Judeans be Israel? Can the Judeans be identified? Josephus in his comments on the Judeans. Does Edom have any marks of identification today? Judeans who are non-Semitic. Historical commentary and records. What is their blasphemy? Anti-Semitism. A tool for deception. religious and political nonsense. Galatians, promise and heirship. Galatians and Israel exclusivity. Interpreting Galatians in light of Israel exclusivity. Christos without Yesu, Messiah without Jesus. Can the promises to Abraham's seed be spiritualized? Who are the heirs according to the promise? In Christ versus in Jesus. Neither Judean nor Greek. Who are the Greeks? Israel in the entire New Testament. Sonship, adoption, and faith. Isaac, hearing faith and freeborn sons. In thee shall all nations be blessed. Revisited. The promise in thy seed in the New Testament. The biblical concept of adoption. The placement of a son. Analysis of the 5 adoption verses. Understanding the sons of Yahweh and the doctrine of adoption. Pilgrims, strangers, and Israel. New Testament strangers. Seed, rebirth, and sowing.